This is our last service in December. A New Way to Shine is what the title was that Spirit gave to me. And I don't know, have you guys been feeling the energy this Christmas, this holiday? For me, it was probably one of the greatest charged Christmases in years. There was such a beautiful energy. I went through some deep rebooting of my system. It's like new programs got downloaded in from Spirit, and I got my whole system rebooted to a new alignment. Someone asked me, what did I go through? And I do not remember. That's how clear and concise forward motion is. I know where I'm going, I know what my trajectory is, but I don't remember what they had to change to get me here. You see, that's when your system is totally rebooted and realigned. And I think it's available to all of us. It just seems to be in the energy. And candlelighting to me was just amazing. You could just measure God. You could just feel it. Could you all feel it when you were here? It was so beautiful. The theme of our month was touching the heart of God, and I think we achieved that. We really had so many wonderful moments. And one of those moments I wanted to share with you all, and it was at candlelighting. The presence was so strong. The presence of God was just pouring onto us all. Our lights were lit. And I was watching the choir sing, and the choir did a beautiful job. And as I'm watching everyone sing, it's like I could see all of their lives. I could see all of their lives and all the things that they've done and all the people they've been. And I was overwhelmed with humbleness that they had all converged in this moment on this stage. The history of all those people. And they were here together singing on this stage. It was amazingly humbling to me. They had been the brightest, the amazing heights and lows and challenges, and it was just overwhelming. And I was so grateful. And I don't know what brought us all into this moment, what brought me to my seat and them to this stage. I don't know what in our souls brought us together. But it was a spiritual journey that we have all been so amazing on. Also different, but also precious. Do you all understand what I'm saying? It was amazing to see. In that moment, the lights were claiming and committing to God. Everyone in the house was doing that night. But it was just beautiful. So I started wondering, how do I take this awareness out? How do I take that spiritual focus out into the world? And Spirit had me look at some of the things that Jesus told people when he was trying to teach them. And so they took me to some things that he said as a young man to people of another faith. So he's talking, they believe this, and he's telling them something completely different about God. They have no idea of God the way he's teaching God. And I wanted to share a few of those with you. So he's a young man. And this is 25:26. They're saying, tell us how to live. Because he's saying, rise up, be conscious of your powers. Be aware of who you are. What you've believed isn't true. You have all these capabilities. And they said, show us, how do we do what you do? I want you to hear this. Just live as you would have your brother live. If you want someone to be nice to you, be nice. If you want to be loved, be loving. Live as you would have your brother live, and unfold each day as does the flower. For earth is yours, and heaven is yours, and God will bring you to your own. And the people cried and said, show us the way like the flower, that we may come into our own. Simple guidance. Love your brother man, and you will unfold. What does that say about us? There's more. There's so much more to us than we even know now. Love and we will become greater. We will unfold. Another thing he says is 26:15. Again, he's with another group of people, and they're asking, show us how to worship your God, because they're used to taking sacrifices to the statues. Show us what to do. If you would serve the God who speaks within your heart, serve your kin. those that are no kin, strangers at your gates, the foe who seeks to do you harm. Assist the poor and help the weak, harm no one, and covet not that which is not yours. Then with your tongue the Holy One will speak, and he will smile behind your tears, and will light your countenance with joy, and fill your heart with peace. And again, it's the same theme. Love life. Love people. Love your fellow man. And God will begin to unfold within you and express through you. For God is love. And those are the baby steps, are they not? They're the baby steps to take us into that higher spiritual awareness. On 28:25, he says, give your life servicing all of life. Give your life in service to all of life. Love all of life. And when Achan came to him, which is a famous story that we go over quite often, he was a priest who wanted the secrets. And Jesus said to him, stop serving God for money, because you are serving God for gold. You're a priest. All that matters is how much got put in the offering, how much got brought into the temple. Stop serving God for money and be willing to serve for the sons of men. And this is where the word sacrifice comes in. Sacrifice for the sons of men. That's a word we don't do well with, do we? Sacrifice, giving up your personal needs, desires, and will for the greater good of the whole. This is a word that has been used against you. It has been used as a weapon over time. You must sacrifice. You cannot have what you need. You cannot have what you want. But when Jesus is using the word, he is saying, give your focus from personal gain to taking your place in the kingdom of God. Give your focus from hurting and harming to taking your place in love. If you will love your fellow man, even if he seeks to do you harm, you have done more than you know. And you are living in love. Do y'all see the difference? Sacrifice is not what we have been taught. It is a willing moving from one space of consciousness to another. He tells Achan, serve the light by being the light. Serve the light by being the light. In Jesus Teacher Healer it says this. You know, I love this book. I sleep on this book. This is the very book that stays under my pillow every night, tattered as it is. It is speaking about when you become aware of a truth and you have a desire to be a part of a greater love. And then it says, we would not, however, have you choose this path because you wish to gain knowledge and advancement for yourself, but because you cannot follow any other path. Just hear that. Because you cannot follow any other path, that's why you choose it. It's the only path for you. And when you feel that, the love of God is burning in your heart. Once you feel such a love, adoration, and worship for divine life, you will receive into your being the power of that life and light. And then you will learn how to interpret all of these jewels of spiritual truth in your life, in your way, in this world. So it is not to gain that we choose this life. It is because the love calls us, and that's all we know. Do you understand what? And when the love calls and it's all you know, is it a sacrifice? No. It's your way. It's your path. Okay. When Achan had his awakening, he becomes a part of Jesus' life. And there's, on chapter 37, I just wanted to share two more little scriptures with you. He finds Jesus again, and he starts talking to him about things. And when he finds Jesus again and says, I got it, I understand, I want to do it your way, I want to love God. You know what Jesus says? Sit down and I will teach you. He doesn't say, go on. He goes, sit down. We're ready. You're ready. Now I'm going to teach you. It says Jesus taught him the secrets of the healing arts. He taught him how he could control the spirits of the air, the fire, the water, and the earth. He explained to him the secret doctrine of forgiveness and the blotting out of sins. He taught him. And then he said, be the light. Be the light. Isn't the teachings a way to unfold? He taught him, and then then Agenate could unfold into all those talents that he was taught. Be the light. Everybody breathe. It sounds easy, doesn't it, to be the light? And we try, don't we? I want to share with you a meditation that I had during my rebooting, during this healing that I've been through. You know, sometimes when you meditate, you go deep within, and sometimes you go up and out. And on this particular one, Jesus had me by the hand, and we went up into the ethers and up into this cosmos. I don't know where we were. And there were 3 groups of people, one in front, one over here, and one over here. And I was immediately drawn to the group of people in front of me, and I knew they were masters. And I went, I recognized some of them, and I went over and I hugged them, and I'm hugging them, saying, oh, so good to see you again. Oh my gosh, I love you. And Jesus is kind of standing back, just letting me reconnect. And one of the masters was lying on a bed, like he was sick. I said, why are you on the bed? He goes, so you'd remember who I was, because this is how you saw me last. Hug. And I was so happy, and I stepped back, and then the other group of people were right there. And they were more of a collective group of people, and they all had rainbow colors all over them. Yep, they were all rainbow people, and I just loved them. Hey, guys, I just love them. And I stepped back with Jesus. So Jesus is here, and I'm here. And I went, who are they? And there was darkness. And Jesus said, those are the ones you're afraid of. And I went, oh. And Jesus stepped over here, and there was just darkness. And he started to send a ray of light. And he sent a ray of light. And as he sent a ray of light, the darkness would lift like a cloak. And it was a human being underneath. And they started to be light. And all these lights started lifting. And I'm watching like this. Literally standing behind Jesus, looking from around him. Literally. And I was aware how uncomfortable I was. But as he would send one ray at a time, the darkness would lift and lift. And then they would be the light. I don't think they knew how to send the light yet. But they would be the light. And you know what Spirit said to me? Because I did not want to be like them, I stopped being like myself. Every other group of being I went and greeted. Hey, it's Cindy, how's it going? Yay! Ooh, I'm not going to hurt you people. I'll let you just stay right over there in that dark pod that you're in. And he said, you have to be the light, Cindy. No matter who you are or who you're with, you have to be the light. And I know how to send the light. And so I started sending light. Not with intention, very timidly. Not going to take it, people. I just sent the light, and the garment of dark would lift, and the garment of dark would lift, and the garment of dark would lift. And I was told that because we have free will, we will lift one at a time. But Jesus said to me, those that choose the light will help the light grow. They're vibrating the light. And one day they'll learn to send the light too. Those that choose the light will help the light grow. And then he said, but you need to understand this is a self-cleaning system. We are designed to heal ourselves. We are designed that the more light, the less dark, the more light, the less dark, the more light, the less dark. He was not worried one iota that the darkness would lift from all, because it's designed that way. And as we share the light, it lives. But we can't share the light with target intention, can we? We can't. We have to share it with love and peace. The darkness can seem so strong, you feel like you don't belong. And that was my response. I felt like I don't belong there. That's too strong. Be the light one heart at a time. And for me, I have to sacrifice my fear to be the light. I have to sacrifice any apprehension to be the light, so that I can shine that light without regard to the outcome. I have to sacrifice my personal agenda also to be the light. I can't be attached to the outcome. I don't want to stop being who I am. I want to be able to see them as I saw the choir. Because they're in that state for some reason, for some part of their journey. Their journey is no less fabulous and wonderful and textured as those choir members' journey was. They're just in a moment where they cannot see it or I cannot see it. But they're just as precious. Their collective agreement brought them into this moment. Our choir's collective agreement brought them into this moment. Our collective agreement brings us into this moment. We can't stop being who we've collectively agreed to be when we think the dark is bigger. Everybody take a breath. Jesus says human will be absorbed by the divine. And then he spoke in chapter 44:21 to the Greeks, who were very smart people, and he acknowledged their wisdom. He said, you are brilliant, but now you must open to spirit consciousness. Spirit consciousness. So this is what I want you to hear. It is time to change teams. We're very talented. We just have to change teams. The human team seeks acknowledgement, wealth. They need to be important, and they seek human love. Played that team? I want to be acknowledged. I sure would like some love. Want to be important, and I want human love. I've played that game. I've been on that team. But if we switch to the spiritual team, the team of spirit, instead of acknowledgement, we are in oneness. I have my place now. I don't need to be acknowledged because I have my place. Do you see the difference? I don't need wealth because now I have supply. I have supply. I don't need to be important because I'm integral to the whole. Ooh, how cool is that? I am integral to the whole. You are integral to the whole. We all have a place. We're integral to the whole. And I don't need human love. I am divine love. Shifting teams while staying on the planet is amazing. So the spiritual team, again, is oneness, one with God. I am supplied. All the bounty of the universe comes to me as I need it. I am integral to the whole. I play my part. I work with spirit. I step forward in that which I'm guided to do. I send the light. I love. And I know divine love. And that's the team they're asking us to move to. We played in the minors as the human team. We have our skills. Now we're going to lift into the team of spirit. Taking those skills with us because we need them. Take a breath. When we can be on that team of spirit, we can offer to others true forgiveness. True forgiveness. They were really teaching me about forgiveness. And I'm hoping to possibly do a month on forgiveness because we need to spend that much time on it. But true forgiveness is not packing things away for a future moment. True forgiveness is letting things go. Letting things go. And I can say to Patrick, we've been together 28 years. That's a lot of hours. And we worked together 28 years. That's a lot of hours. And I can say to Patrick, I could have said to him in November, Patrick, do you remember that one time when you said this to me and it just devastated me? He goes, Cindy, 15 years ago. I said, yeah, devastated me. I'm still wounded by it. He goes, Cindy, let it go. No, but you were telling me how you wanted me to behave. He goes, yeah, in that moment, not forever. but I've made it forever. And why do I bring it up? Because I'm still blaming him for my modifying my behavior because of him. Wait. For my modifying my behavior because of him. Do you see? Forgiveness is when I can say, yeah, I did that. You are off my radar. I will choose how I need to modify my behavior now. It was a moment 15 years ago. It does not have to sculpt me any further. I forgive you for any involvement with that. Completely. I forgive myself for choices that I made that lasted 15 years. And I can now be free to move forward. Any one of us that has thoughts and ideas from the past that have sculpted us, that come back in a moment of sorrow, or regret, or grief. Those things, we are still holding our person that participated with it to us. Be it father, mother, boss, child. We're holding them to us. You realize that? I remember when. Yeah, they're right there. And that event is caught and there is no forgiveness. And that person, we are actually asking for them to know how hard it hurt us. So what are we saying? I want you to feel as bad as I did? So what are we asking to be imposed upon them? Karma. We are asking that they feel the karma of their event. That they know how deeply they hurt somebody. You hear me? Now, do you really want that? We really don't. We really don't. We really don't. When we live in spirit, we can offer true forgiveness, which is, I know I am God's child. I have walked a path of lessons. I have made choices. I am choosing again. I forgive everyone that I have judged during that journey. To be free from any karma. You do not owe me karma, and I don't owe you karma. To be free of any involvement, be free. If you need to learn it from someone else. I free you from me. That's forgiveness. Can you guys feel it? That's what we can offer when we live in spirit. If we're living on the human team needs to do this. We need to make you feel that pain. That's the only way you're going to grow. That's what the human team will tell us. The spirit team says, let's move on, people. Drop it. Let's move on. Are you guys feeling it as I speak? All right. All right, so we offer true forgiveness. And can you see why I want to do a whole month on this? True forgiveness. When the things come up within us, I don't wish that on you. I free you. I free you. We can give a higher light of companionship and compassion and upliftment when we're in spirit. Compassion, companionship, and upliftment. Because we're working at the higher realm. We know we're unfolding. We know there's greater. We know we're going to be supplied. We don't need to look at any one human and say, give this to me. We say, God's going to bring it. What can we play with? What can we do? What adventure can we create? We also have a vision of love that brings hope to everyone that sees us. That's the team of spirit. Our vision of love brings hope to people. You know, they may not understand what you're saying. When you say, no, God's got this, I'm hoping for the best. But you're not being real. No, I'm being spirit. I'm being spirit. So they may shake their head, but that's okay. Because we're learning a new way to shine our light. Right? A new way to shine our light that shines beyond where we've been. Even as Jesus was a bridge from mankind to God, we speak of that all the time. Mankind was vibrating, Jesus brought a light, and then he became a bridge. When we join the team, we are also the bridge. We will be used by Spirit in ways we can't even imagine. We'll be a blessing to people in ways we can't even imagine, because we are a bridge to Spirit for all those that we see. And living on the bridge is fun. You know, and we'll be making our way higher and higher up. But just stepping into Spirit takes us to that bridge. And life becomes different. Serendipitous moments. We all seek beautiful serendipitous moments. We will live in serendipitous moments. Be a part of our reality. So, shining our light in a new way, we are God in man, God as man. We will walk with that beautiful spiritual awakening because we're on Team Spirit. That sounded like it's been used before, a spiritual team. We are on a spiritual team, the team of Spirit. All right, let's go with that. I would invite each of you just to take a breath, and I would invite you to feel all the angels in this room. There are so many angels of joy and happiness in this room who want to have daily communication with you. Can you feel them? We want to talk, we want to play, we want to be a part of your world. And now just ask that beautiful column of light come over you, one that engulfs just you. And Father, Mother God, I ask that these columns of light that are being created by your children be filled with your presence. And I ask that each one just breathe in God love and let yourself be lifted just up into a beautiful sunlit space, a beautiful space of light. Wherever you go is where you need to go. But lift up. Where there's no limitation in your field, there's just light. And I want you to welcome the presence of Jesus Christ as he walks into your field or stands before you. And only you know where you are. Those of you that are ready, take his hand. I want to be on the team of Spirit. I now surrender my fears, my agendas. I surrender my ego. And I breathe in the light. And if you were able to say that, feel your higher self becoming so more fully present within you. I am already all that I need to be. I choose to let it express fully now. And feel the love between you and Jesus Christ just beginning to grow. And you can feel that love, whether you could say those words or not. Feel the love growing between you and Jesus Christ. Feel that you're being bathed by the energy of God. And now choose to let your light shine. To whatever degree you can, wherever you are in this moment. I give you my heart, God, and I let my light shine. Feel the beautiful angels all around you once again. Feel the celebration energy of your life, your journey, who you are. And feel the joy of your unfolding, the expectations of your becoming greater. And just let that energy begin to lead you back into your body, just gently putting you back into the physical moment. Feeling the chair you sit on, the energy around you. Father, Mother God, I ask that you bless each one exponentially, that they feel at their core your guidance and your peace. And we say, let there be light. And just be aware of Jesus Christ still with you, ready to speak at any moment when you need. Let there be light. And we thank you, God. And just feel your heart as you let yourself become awakened in the body. Feel your goodness. And gently open your eyes. How are we doing? Could you feel the light?
Yeah.
I want you to embrace that. And before you leave today, look in someone's eyes and just say, I see your light. Can we do that? Say, Yega.